I grew up in a small fishing village along the coast of Ghana, where everyone knew everyone. Back then, stories were a way to explain the unexplainable, and nothing scared me more than the story of how Crab lost his head. You see, my grandfather didn't tell it as a story, it happened to him. Crab wasn't always the funny-looking creature we see crawling in the sand. A long time ago, he was a man, the handsome man, the tallest and most charming in the village. Crab wasn't his real name, of course, but I'll call him that here. His skin was smooth and rich, his voice deep and kind, and his smile could light up the whole village square. Every woman wanted him to herself, but Crab wasn't the type to brag or chase after beauty. Crab was kind. Too kind. Everyone in the village loved him for it. If someone's roof was leaking, Crab would fix it. If someone's goat ran off, Crab would be the one searching the forest until he found it. Even when his own food ran out, he'd share the last piece of yam with whoever was in need. But in life, kindness doesn't always save you. One day, Spider came to the village. We all knew Spider. He wasn't trustworthy. He always had this sly grin that made you feel like he was laughing at you, not with you. Spider had no farm, no home, and no friends. He survived by taking from others and tricking those who didn't know better. I remember sitting on a log near the market when I saw Spider talking to Crab. They were laughing like old friends, but Spider never had real friends. That was the first red flag. I told my grandfather, but he just shook his head. Spider has his tricks, but no one could fool someone as smart as Crab. Spider had a plan, though. He knew Crab's kindness was his weakness. One evening, Spider came to Crab's hut. I followed from a distance. I was a curious kid, and I knew Spider was up to something. Spider said his brother was sick and needed medicine from the sacred forest. This forest was dangerous. Even grown men avoided it because the spirits there didn't take kindly to visitors. But Spider pleaded, his fake tears flowing like a stream. Crab, being Crab, agreed to help. The next morning, Crab and Spider went into the forest. I wasn't brave enough to follow, but I sat by the edge, waiting. Hours passed. Then night fell. Finally, I saw Spider coming out of the forest alone. His grin was wider than ever, and in his hands was something horrifying, a human head. It took me a moment to realize it was Crab's head. I froze. Spider hadn't noticed me, and I was too scared to move or make a sound. I watched as he laughed and tossed Crab's head into a sack like it was nothing. Spider had tricked him, I was sure of it. Somehow, he'd convinced Crab to kneel or bow, and then he'd done the unthinkable. When Spider was gone, I ran into the forest, tears streaming down my face. I didn't know what I'd find. Then I saw Crab, or what was left of him. His tall body was still there, kneeling by a tree, but his head was gone. As I got closer, something strange happened. The wind picked up, carrying whispers I couldn't understand. Suddenly, the tree swayed as if alive, and the ground beneath Crab's body shifted. I fell back, scared out of my mind. That's when I saw a light, soft and golden, surrounding Crab. It was God, or so we were told later. He spoke through the wind, saying, "Crab, your kindness has been your strength, but also your downfall. You shall live, but no longer as a man. I will give you a new form, one that can protect itself and survive. Your body shall be covered in a shell as hard as stone, and though your head is gone, I will guide you with the spirit of the sea." Right before my eyes, Crab's body began to change. His arms and legs shrank, his tall frame collapsed into itself, and his smooth skin hardened into a rough, shiny shell. When it was done, he wasn't a man anymore, he was the creature we now call Crab. To this day, Crabs scuttle along the shore, as if hiding from the world. And Spider? He vanished after that night. Some say he still roams, looking for his next victim. Whenever I see a crab, I think of the man he used to be, kind, tall, and loved by everyone. And I remember that being kind is good, but sometimes, you need to be careful who you trust.